We live in a world that loves to tell us that Islam oppresses women. You scroll through the social medias, you hear the copycat critics. They claim that our deen views women as second-class citizens. But tonight, inshallah, we are tearing down these illusions, these false claims over over 1400 years ago. Allah revealed an entire verse listing believing men and believing women side by side. Not kings, not because they were scholars, not because they were wealthy people either, but just ordinary people. Ordinary believing men and women. In a world where women are often treated as property, Allah honored them directly in the Qur'an. Inshallah, we are exploring one of the most beautiful verses in the Qur'an. This verse is regarding dignity, accountability, and spiritual equality in Islam. Before this verse was revealed, a woman by the name of Salamah عنها asked the Prophet ﷺ a heavy question. And she asked, Ya Rasulullah, why are men mentioned in the Qur'an for their sacrifices, but we as women are not? Think about that. Think about the psychological depth of that question. You see, this question was not posed because she was looking for validation from a confused crowd. Instead, she wanted to know her place before her Creator. And how did the heavens respond? Allah Azza wa Jal did not send down a correction to silence her. No. Instead, He sent down a historical declaration of absolute spiritual equality. And He says, إن المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات والقانتين والقانتات والصادقين والصادقات والصابرين والصابرات والخاشعين والخاشعات والمتصدقات والصائمين والصائمات والحافظين فروجهم والحافظات والذاكرين الله كثيرا والذاكرات أعد الله لهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما. Surah Al-Ahzab, Ayah 35. Now, this is just one verse that is this long. And for many of us in the Caribbean, especially those of us that are navigating marriage, or those of us that are currently going through a divorce, yes? Or those that are dealing with family struggles, and those who are still healing, inshallah. This verse carries a lesson that we all desperately need. Subhanallah. Now listen to how Allah opened this majestic verse, balancing every single male attribute with its female counterpart. Listen to the rhythm settle into your soul. Allah di, Innal Muslimina wal Muslimat. Surely the Muslim men and the Muslim women. Moun qui soumettent yo devant Allah yo. Quitte yo te garçon ou quitte yo te fille. Notice something here. Allah does not just mention the man and then left the women to assume or make decision for themselves. No, He explicitly mentioned both of them. And those copycat critics have the audacity to criticize Islam. Islam did not just elevate women by removing their femininity. Islam elevated women by honoring them, by honoring their humanity. See, in Haiti we have a saying that says, "Femme c'est pour tout mi-temps," which loosely translates into, the women is the center pillar. Islam recognized this long before these modern slogans. Et puis Allah dit, وَالْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, and the believing men and the believing women. Moun ki gen la foi tout temps yo. Moun ki gen la foi tout bon yo. Faith is not something that's inherited. Yes, a husband cannot drag a wife into Jannah, nor can a wife drag her husband into Jannah. Every soul shall stand before Allah alone on the day of Qiyamah. On the day of judgment, everyone will stand before Allah alone. This alone became real for me through my personal marital trials. I learned something that was painful. Love alone isn't enough. You see, both hearts must continue choosing Allah. Because why? Guidance belongs to Allah. That's why He says, وَالْقَانِتِينَ وَالْقَانِتَاتِ, and the obedient men and the obedient women. Moun qui toujours obéissant devant bon Dieu. Moun qui get truthfulness. Right? Now, understand this. Many relationships don't collapse because of love. They collapse because honesty disappears. The trust disappears. Communication starts to disappear. Yes? The one that believes always speaks truth, even when that truth hurts. وَالصَّابِرِينَ وَالصَّابِرَاتِ, the patient men and the patient women. Moun qui gen patience yo. Moun qui gen patience là dans tribulation yo. وَالصَّابِرِينَ وَالصَّابِرَاتِ. Patience is not weakness. Patience is worship. Some people are patient and with poverty. Others are patient with loneliness. Others are also patient through marriage. Others are patient even after marriage, even through divorce. Parfois, bon Dieu pa retire ou non test. Il renforce ou pour passer la donne plus. Allah does not remove the test for a reason. Sometimes He keeps you through a test to strengthen you. For every single spiritual milestone a man can reach, Allah explicitly names the woman right beside him. Alhamdulillah. In a society where women were treated as property to be inherited, the Qur'an stood up and declared that a woman's soul holds the exact same weight as a man. Accountability and spiritual capacity, same as a man. Islam gave women financial independence, the right to choose their partners, and contractual protections long before Western systems were even considered them to be human. Now, a Muslim woman does not need to mimic a man to find honor. Her honor is already signed, sealed, and delivered by the Creator of the universe. Allah concludes this incredible verse by stating that Allah has prepared for them forgiveness and a magnificent reward. Bismillah. See, notice that Allah uses the plural phrase, lahum, for them. He binds their rewards together. If you walk the path of righteousness, whether you are a man or a woman, your sacrifices are never lost in the dark fog, no matter your gender. But the real test is how you live it. Now, in hindsight, when I look at life with my wife, this verse becomes a daily blueprint. Marriage is not about power struggle. It's not about a man dominating a household. It's not telling the woman to stay in the corner. See, pour moi, mariage c'est un partenariat lié. Un partenariat devant Allah. Marriage is a partnership under Allah's guidance. When the day gets heavy and when life throws these unexpected curveballs, do not look down upon your spouse. Instead, look at her and say, Alhamdulillah, that she is a Muslima, a mu'mina, a sadiqa, as she stands beside you, a spiritual equal. You see, when you feel weak, her patience, her sabr, hold on to this foundation. When the world tries to feed you illusion, her truthfulness will bring you back to reality. If you want your marriage to thrive, you have to burn the worldly map of ego and greed. You have to honor the spiritual capacity of your spouse. Treat your wife with dignity, treat her with respect, and elevate her every chance you get. And trust that Allah gave her Surah Al-Aḥzāb. Surah Al-Aḥzāb isn't a favor you're doing for her. It is a mandatory. It's a command. It's a command from your Lord. Stop letting an insecure world define your worth. Okay? Or your relationship. Look to the light. Look to the light of the Qur'an. Inshallah. If this Tafsir Tuesday reminder woke something inside you, if it woke something inside your heart, do not keep it to yourself. Share it with somebody. Like it, share it, and subscribe right now. Until next Tuesday, keep your heart aligned and value the akhirah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.